was an incredible game, 3-5. Have you played a longer game than that?
I'm not sure. I haven't really kept time on other games, but it was definitely a long one. It was, I don't even know how many juices, but I got to say, 14. So yeah, it was very long. It was very long, but I was glad to have gone through that game.
Is that the key, do you think?
um, I think, of course, it was a bit of a turning point. I mean, of course, it probably hurt her a bit, um, but I guess at 5-1 down, I just kept my head down and I stayed level and it just paid off in the end.
And your emotions when you won, you were pretty pumped up.
Yeah, I'd say so. I saw a playback of the match point. I didn't think it was that. That was pretty over the top, but I couldn't really control it. But yes, no, I was very happy, especially coming back from 5-1 and being able to stay reasonably cool. Um, yeah, they're happy.
Because you made a lot of mistakes in the first set, so I guess it can get away from you quite quickly in the second set if you don't blame them.
Yeah, no, she definitely picked up her game in the second set. I definitely dropped mine in certain parts, but I was able to get myself back into it and able to then level out, and it came down, I guess, who was the better player, so I was happy to come through.
But mentally, you must be delighted the way you did come back and fought and then produce some of those top shots on the next set very late in a very important period of the match.
No, definitely. No, definitely happy to stay calm through that. I mean, it's definitely a stressful situation, and I'm happy that even if this is my first US Open, I'm happy that I'm able to deal with the situations and the circumstances the way I've been doing so far and hope to continue to do so.
You've been around, Johanna, playing on sort of lower levels of the tour. You seem to be making quite decent progress the last sort of 6 or 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any particular reason why you think you're just growing, or things have clicked into place?
Well, I'm definitely growing as a player, but that's mainly to do with my mindset and the way I'm training and also the team I have around me. I've got a very good support system. Um, the LTA has been supporting me for a number of years, so it's the coaches that I have around me. I very much trust, and it's a great team for me to flourish with, and it's just paying off so far. But there's a lot more work to do, so I just hope to continue to do so.
Who are they, the team as well?
Louis Caillet, Julian Pico, Mark Taylor, um, and then Millie Merkovich. She's one of the physios, but then I guess, well, I mean, there's a bunch of physios, but I guess my main two coaches is Louis Caillet and Julian Pico.
The results have really sort of revved up since citizenship came through. Was that a weight off your mind, and did you get things done?
Definitely. I mean, that was a very very long process, and there was just so many questions being asked, and it was something that I very much wanted out of the way, because I mean I very much wanted GBR next to my name for a very long time, and to finally have it, it's just a pure weight off my shoulders, and it's great for the LTA as well to be able to officially say that yes, I am part of the team. So I'm happy.
What sort of questions were being asked then?
Well, it was just, I guess it was always the uncertainty of no one like really believed that I was definitely getting it. So it was just a lot of doubts, and not many people understood the situation. So it was just a good ending.
Was there any stage where you thought it wasn't going to happen?
No, I mean, it's inevitable. I was always going to get it, but there were times when it just could have dragged out that much more, and it was just times where I was like, oh my goodness, this is just taking forever. But no, I always knew I was going to get it.
Did something in particular go into bat for you then?
Sorry?
Did anything in particular go into bat for you to speed it through or to help it through?
The legal team in the LTA, Stephen Farrer, he was a very big help, and then I mean everyone, Ian Bates to Roger Draper to, I mean everyone in the LTA very much backed the whole process and were very supportive throughout the whole journey.
When did the process, because we haven't really spoken too much before, Johanna, when did the sort of process of trying to make the switch actually start?
I'm actually not too clear about the exact time, because
I don't mean the exact legal process. I mean kind
But
of when you
the
first
choice of
arrived in the
becoming?
UK and stuff?
I mean, I got to the UK in 2005. And when I originally got there, it wasn't a straight away a decision of now, okay, I'm going to become British. It gradually became a process after spending some time there and getting to know, I guess, the people who are involved in the organisation. And then also, after I was doing reasonably well in juniors, then there became more interest in the fact that I wasn't living in Australia anymore. That kind of, I guess, all nudged in that direction.
As that process dragged on, do you think that affected your performances on the court?
The process of getting my citizenship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would like to think not. There was definitely other circumstances why it's been a longer process for me. I've only recently been able to have a very stable team around me. So, I mean, it never helps to stress about external things, but I wouldn't think it was a direct link to why I wasn't doing that well before.
Who's here with you apart from your coaching team? Your parents here?
No, mum and dad are at home. No, unfortunately.
Do they not force you to learn the national anthem, words or stuff like that? Is there an exam or something?
I'm embarrassed to say I do not know the national anthem yet, but I promise, please write this, I promise I will learn it and quiz me next time. So.
Were there any like odd questions? Did you have to take a citizenship?
Yeah, there was a life in the UK test. And it was actually quite, I mean, I thought it was quite intense because I was asking a bunch of the kids at the LTA in the players' lounge, like, the questions, and half of them didn't know the answers. I'm like, well, I mean, it was just a bunch about the government, how the government works, and then how the health system was formed, and then what kind of immigration groups there were throughout the 1960s, 70s, 80s. So it was just a very broad range of things. But I was very nervous going into the test because they don't tell you how much you got. They only tell if you pass or you fail. So I was very happy to see that I passed.
What was the craziest question they asked?
To be honest, I cannot give you an answer. I do not remember enough. Like, no, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
But do you feel, I mean, obviously you've been in the UK for a while, so you feel British and part of the team?
I think so. Yes. I mean, I guess I don't know what it is to feel very British, but I feel that it's home. So I'm very happy to represent Great Britain. So I guess so. I feel so.
Did you watch the Olympics and did you get a high when
I did.
Mo won his races and
I did. Yeah. Yes. I did go. Yeah. There was some embarrassing moments where I was very much sweaty palmed and everything, rooting for everyone. And no, I was actually really proud watching the opening ceremony. I was like, yes, that's where I live.
Do you have any connection still with Hungary other than the fact that your parents come from there?
Well, I have my grandparents and uncles, aunts, cousins all live there. But other than visiting, maybe once every 2 years, no, not really. I speak Hungarian fluently. That's what I speak with my parents. But it's very much a country I visit, not a place I call home.
You didn't happen to know your opponent today out of that connection or anything, did you?
Oh no, I knew she was Hungarian.
But you didn't know her personally? Or?
I do. No, I do. I do from previous tournaments. I mean, you pretty much know all the girls by now, so it's a very small tour. So I have known her for a while. So I knew exactly what the crowd was saying to her in Hungarian. I understood everything.
is it like you won a doubles title with it?
I did. Yes. Beginning of last year, we won a 25 in Mexico.
But I think your official biography says that you live in Eastbourne. Is that
Yes, mum and dad live in Eastbourne. That's where I commute to down on the weekends. If I'm training up in London at the NTC and I have the weekend off, that's where I'll go.
How big a deal was Sanchez Cazal Academy? And obviously the extra round of money there. Did you enjoy your time there?
I did. I spent about 15 months there, on and off. Obviously by that time I was living in London, so I was splitting a bit of time. But no, I did. It was good for the period I was there, and I left just because I just needed to move on. But no, I did enjoy it. Yeah.
What is all this like, Johanna? You're in the second round of the US Open. I mean, it's quite a big change for you, isn't it?
To be honest, I actually feel kind of normal, as I would hope so. I feel like I've matured since Wimbledon. Also, that was definitely a big eye opener. A lot of things were going on. I recently become British, and then it was my first Grand Slam, my first main draw. So I think I got a lot of the. It was an epic match. I think I got a lot of that initial nervousness out of the way there. So I feel much more prepared here um, with these sort of things. So I'm just happy that I'm able to stay level.
You're Heather inside 100.
Hmm.
Do you have a target for yourself? Obviously, 203, which is obviously get much better now. But do you feel like a top 100 player? Do you feel like you a top 50 player? Where do you see yourself going?
As high as I can go. I have very clear process goals of what I'm working on myself and my game, and I very much believe in that. The rest will take care of itself as long as I stay with what I know I can control.
Does it help having those two giving you a target going forward?
I'm sure. I mean, the little healthy competition never hurts anyone, I guess. Um, no, definitely. It's good to see that British tennis is getting better and better, and I hope we get to all three of us, all five. I mean, Anne's still in the top 100, and then I know Bally, she's struggling a little bit with an injury right now, but hopefully we'll have five of us in there.
Do you have a lot to do with Heather